Hey guys, it's Miss Simpson here, and I just wanted to go through a quick PowerPoint with you on ecosystems. So we are starting our ecosystems unit, and this unit, it does last for about a month or so, and so potentially longer, just depending on how quickly or how slowly we go through things. So we're just starting this unit. This is a fresh start. This is a totally new topic. You've talked a little bit about ecosystems in previous years, but we're really going to dive deep into different ecosystems and biomes, and we're really going to talk about different kinds of animals and how they act, adaptations, and how they all connect, how they all work together in their community, and how they all interact. Okay? So, I just realized that on my PowerPoint, the E and the T is, I'm not sure what happened there. I apologize. So, what is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is the living and non-living things in an environment, all of the living and all of the non-living things. So those non-living things we call abiotic factors. Okay, abiotic factors means the non-living things in an environment. So some examples is the sun, water, mountains, soil, clouds. Just a couple examples. Biotic factors, the living organisms in an ecosystem. So it's anything living. So some examples are animals, plants, bacteria, cells, all of which are living. Okay. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. We're going to talk about all these different biomes a little bit later. But we're going to come back to this. But there we go. So there's different types of organisms that live in an ecosystem. Okay, so we're going to talk about the different types. First type is producers. So producers, think producers, plants. Producers, plants. Producers produce their own energy. So they make their own food. That process is a big, long word called photosynthesis. And so some examples of these producers or plants is plants, trees, bushes, shrubs, any kind, flowers, any kind of plant that you can think of is a producer. Consumers, so they eat plants or other animals. Consumers consume things. They eat other things in order to get their energy. Okay, so they eat other plants, they eat other animals. So examples of consumers is mammals, fish, birds. We are consumers. We eat food in order to get our energy that we need. And decomposers, sorry, kind of having to move around. There we go. And decomposers break down dead organisms, bacteria, mushrooms, earthworms. They break down dead things in order to get their energy. So producers, consumers, decomposers, three very important words to remember throughout this little section. So types of consumers, Miss Savannah will go into this part a little bit. We might go into this a little bit. So you have herbivores, which herbivores eat plants. You have carnivores. Carnivores eat animals. And omnivores are not picky. They eat plants and animals. Whereas scavengers eat dead animals. They particularly like to eat dead things. So we'll go into food chains and food webs later. A lot of fun. Okay, so habitats. I do want to touch on this a little bit for right now. I want you to think habitat, home. Habitat, home. I put that right in the way, didn't I? There we go. A habitat is the home of an organism. So a community is an interacting group of organisms in an ecosystem. So it's how that group of organisms acts within the ecosystem. whereas a population is a group of the same organisms. So I would more so think of like a population as all the deer in one specific area, or all the black bears in one specific area, or all the squirrels in one specific area. That's a population. It's all of the same type of organism. But a community would be how it would be the black bears and the deer and the squirrels and how they all live together in that one ecosystem. So think of a population as one specific type of animal in an area. Think of the population as all of the animals that live in that specific area. And the habitat is the home of that animal. Okay, so just a couple different vocab words to think about. An ecosystem encompasses all of that, and that is, anything non-living or anything living in that area, from the air, sunlight, rocks, dirt, all the way to any animal or plant living in that area. So they overlap quite a bit. And that, I believe, is all the vocab that we are going to go over. Yes, all the vocab that we're going to go over on this slide or on this presentation. So the biggest thing is remember the vocab words: abiotic, not living; biotic, living; producers, plants; consumers, consume things; consumers consume food. They eat plants, they eat animals. Decomposers, they break down dead things, okay? Or they get their energy from breaking down dead materials. Ecosystems, communities, populations, okay? Those are just a couple of the vocab words that we're going to talk about next, okay? Thank you.